They're looking for the Goonie, but I'm the muscle nigga. Got a heart like Russell nigga. Yeah, I forgot this password. You gotta watch out for those, man. Niggas be stealing. What's up, though? On my break time, you know, Jefe on break time. Today's slow as usual. I always gotta check my shit. My shit never look right. You swipe your card today, niggas charge you tomorrow, next week. the week after next week is like, it's crazy. Like, shit crazy, bro. I'm telling y'all. I'ma just stop using my card, bro. That's just how we just gonna have to do it. I've been intentionally not going to some stores for like a week. I check my activities on the account. That store is charging me. I'm like, yo, I intentionally didn't go there for a week. You know how hard it was for me not to go in there just to see what's going on? Like, if niggas, there's no way niggas gonna charge you later on. The money has to be in the account. So you skipping weeks, shit crazy. You skipping a whole week just to charge a nigga later on. I tell you, I don't think that shit makes sense, my nigga. I keep an eye on this shit, cause niggas be stealing from you. Thinking it's all good. These niggas is thieves out here, very dangerous. Shit don't even make sense, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Everybody always chasing clout. Today they got a convict next to me. Yeah, they got a convict. They're gonna like straight out of criminal type of shit, you know what I mean? Nigga had it look like an informant or a convict. Oh, he a fucking cop undercover. Feel me? It's all good though. So good. I'm still disappointed in y'all niggas. You niggas disappointed in me. Your father's disappointed. Yeah, I'm on a 30-minute break. I got probably like 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Today's slow as hell, bro. When I tell you slow, slow is not the word. Slow is not the word. They still trying. They out there, but fuck. Oh yeah. They still out there trying to determine if you're bored. Like, yo, if I tell you, I told you, man. I ain't taking those words back. You dig? I already told y'all niggas already. I'm not gonna order that car. Yeah, man, I had to. Shit crazy, bro. Life is crazy right there. Niggas get knocked the fuck out their boots, violating family rules. Motherfuckers stay in your shoes. See what you need to do is chill, shorty. Somebody, please come to get fuck you. I'ma do for my nigga just to do for me. Yeah, the stock. I'm mad about the stock market. Yeah, they shit should have been dropping. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah, I should have waited until Tuesday to start buying. Like, the prices were just dropping, and I'm like, fuck, man, why I didn't wait to buy that shit? I'm tight, nigga. Because when the price drop like that, you can buy one stock. Let's just say you purchased a stock, right? And the market was doing good. That same amount that you purchased it for one share, you could probably, if the market's doing real bad, you could use that same amount to purchase like 3 or 5 shares. You feel me? That's a come up. When the market start doing good, you done caked up. You dig? So that's why I was mad about it. I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm buying. I'm trying to invest, you feel me? I'm not trying to put all my money in investment neither, but I'm definitely trying to put something in there, and the hard part is the long-term ratio. You feel me? I want all my accounts to be long-term, but the problem is, it's trust, and not just trusting the company, it's trusting yourself, to go through with the whole thing. Of course, I have one account that's very, very long-term, which you know, you do your 401k, which is supposed to be a long term because of the situations, me moving and everything else. Of course, I had to tap into it, but it is what it is. Then I also have other accounts that I've been tapping into, so I don't like that, and I'm trying to change that. This year, I'm gonna definitely change that. That's why I'm trying to just forget about accounts and shit. But then again, you still gotta check for shit like that, cause money come, like, feel me, you swiping your card, money coming out unexpectedly, and you gotta check this shit, put your card on lock. You don't even know what's going on. Shit crazy. I don't think that's fair at all. Like, I mean, I trust you as a business that when I swipe my card today, if it's not on a weekend, you feel me, if it's not, even if it's on a weekend, there's no way, bro. Yeah, do you understand that these niggas, this shit said decline, nigga? There's a reason why there's an option for decline. Niggas is not gonna wait to charge you next week or 5 days later. Like, it don't make sense. There's a big reason why there's a decline option, because then it wouldn't even matter about the decline no more. All the machine has to figure out is if this card is active. If the card is active, then why even have a decline option? If you can do that, if you could just wait 3-4 days later just to charge a nigga in my, like, it's crazy, B. And I know they're gonna try to shut you up, like as if it's a lie. Nigga, everybody knows true. I'm probably the only nigga that didn't know. Like, the fuck? These niggas be stealing and lying about it when the whole world know you a thief. You feel me? Same niggas that was breaking into the Pharaoh cave to steal gold and shit. Same niggas, man. You had to kick them out of Egypt. Now these niggas DNA survived. How did that happen? It's still stealing. Feel me? Still stealing, bro. This shit is ridiculous. But when I was on break, I was watching the Malcolm X. Malcolm X's daughter actually was on the Breakfast Club, and she was just talking about father legacy and everything else like that. And it's ironic that I was actually talking about Malcolm X and everything else, and I was very like, oh, that's crazy. Feel me? Malcolm X is someone that I look up to a lot, respect. When I first came to America, I was a very shy boy, so Malcolm X was the first. I didn't really tap into Elijah Muhammad, of course, as the leader of, that's the founder of the Nation of Islam. Then NOI. I didn't really tap into him. It's like it's like knowing Jesus, but you didn't know God, type shit like that. But you was learning everything about God through Jesus, type shit like that. So I was learning everything about Elijah Muhammad through I was learning everything about Elijah Muhammad through Malcolm X, because that was his teaching. You feel me? If you one of my students, the only thing you can do is basically express the information that I've given you through your lens, but it's still my information. You feel me? Like, and that's what that's what's going on. So I was learning. I'm like, yo, this man is like, and I was just like, he just unapologetic. He was just strong. It wasn't even about the unapologetic and all that stuff. The most important part about it all was the fact that man was speaking his mind. He was like, I'm like, nah, that's free. Like, that is like free to me. Like a man who can just speak his mind without worrying about consequences. Well, it's none of that. That man was just speaking freely. Cause I came from a land that was just, free. Like, you feel me? I was just, we live in I didn't see cops or nothing like that. You feel me? We really didn't need people to patrol our neighborhood and everything else like that. My grandmother's house was probably the size of the building that I'm working in right now. No bullshit. You feel me? Seriously, like just thinking about it. Like I'm like, yeah, this is probably the size of this whole fulfillment center was what we was living in, where I was. You feel me? If I could take a picture, I will. Feel me? It was like a 3-story building, and you have a compound, and there was houses in between, and the size of it. I'm talking about the width of it and the length of it and everything. Not the biggest building. The building itself. You had one big building, and you have small houses. So I'm like, when I came out here, just it was a lot of sometimes when you don't have your own and you have to depend on somebody else. That's why they call it dependency. What is it called? Beneficial. What is this shit called? Welfare and all that bullshit. Sometimes you walk on eggshells, not wanting to offend people. You feel me? But when you have your own, you get to speak your mind. Look at this bitch ass nigga. Why don't you just turn your radio off? God damn. I hate niggas, bro. I'm telling you, people have to take care of their own mental issues, cause it's like it wears on other people. Like that shit ain't got nothing to do with us, but yet it wears on us. It's like, yo, come on, y'all gotta take care of your own issues, bro. Y'all have to. Y'all have to. Like your insecurity has to be taken care of. You feel me? So when I came here, I'm telling you about my lifestyle and why I kind of I always attach myself to people who are free with their thoughts. You feel me? Just free in it, regardless of the subject and everything. You can tell this person is truly free in their thought. So this is what I came from. The same size of the building. I'm talking about the land and everything else. The mass of the land, not the big. This building is huge. Of course, it's occupying a lot of land and everything else. So I'm talking about the length of it and the width of it. Yeah, we had that already. We had too many. Like, you feel me? So it's like in my mind, I was free. When I came here, I became a slave, to tell the truth. When I said a slave, I don't mean like, chains around me and everything else like that. It's more like the restriction of a lot of things. Like, you can't, no, don't talk like that. Oh my God. You can't walk like that. Like, stuff like that. It was like always fear to even express yourself or to walk. It's like consequences. You niggas can't be talking shit just to talk. And it's like, that's crazy. What niggas like, everybody, it's not even about the government no more. It's about us enslaving each other. There was a research done, right? Where I think I heard him, actually Dr. Boyce Watkins was talking about an experiment. Experiment was done on monkeys, right? And they put a fruit at the top of the cage, and the monkeys seen it, and they was trying to get it. And every time they tried to get it, they showered them with cold water. And every time they showered them with cold water, eventually after a while, the monkeys stopped trying, right? And when the monkeys stopped trying, right, so they put a new monkey in the cage, right? And the new monkey has not felt the effects of the of the cold, the showering of the water and everything else like that. So he seen it. He was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to go get it." Once he was going up there, the other monkeys attacked him and pulled him down and started beating him up. So eventually, after a while, it started repeating itself to the point where they took all the old monkeys out that were showered with this cold water, right? They took those monkeys out, and they left the monkeys the monkeys in there that were basically beaten just for trying. You feel me? And every other monkey that came in that was new, that just seeing the opportunity to go grab something, the height of it, all the other monkeys beat him down. Even without having to felt the pain of the shower, the traumatized of it all, you feel me, has been passed down on from each behavior, you feel me? And that's one thing people don't acknowledge about people that go through some form of trauma. Now, of course, every experiment, even the drugs that we use were experiment on monkeys or what is it, rats or whatever they call it. But I'm not calling you an animal, although we are animal, to tell the truth. Now, when I say we, I don't mean like black people. I'm talking about the human race. And it's kind of sad that even when I explain myself in this content, there's people that's so insecure that you have to talk in this. Like, I see they're supposed to know these things already. He's calling this person a monkey and he's calling us this, and it's like, yo, get over yourself. Like, intelligent people, I don't even have to explain myself and be like, this person is not a... No, I'm not calling you a monkey. I'm saying, like, there was an experiment done, this, that, and third. It takes away from the information that you need to know. You feel me? Y'all niggas is so sensitive that we don't even get to the point. But what I'm saying is that the reason why I was attached to Malcolm X, because Malcolm X was not that monkey that was beating the other people down to pull them down. Malcolm X was the one that was teaching people, like, yo, what are you doing? Like, he was just speaking freely because he was a free man. You feel me? He was free in his thought. You feel me? He was the person who has been through the fire and still was able to remain free, and still was able to have his sanity, and still was able to speak. So that was very intriguing. I'm like, I can relate to this man. You feel me? I'm like, I can really relate to this guy. I'm like, look, I mean, the rhetoric and everything else like that, he was speaking from his trauma. So me being an intelligent person, I understood it and didn't take it personal. And the people who took it personal, I felt insulted that they took it personal. I'm like, how can you not understand? Don't you hear what that man is saying? Or the only thing they can do, he's hateful. And I'm like, the man has been through hate. You feel me? That's like me running through mud and you telling me he's muddy. Yes, I've been through some muddy. I've been through some dirt. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, of course, I've been through some dirt, but at the same time, I'm trying to clean that off. In order for me to clean that off, guess what? I'm going to need something that's capable of cleaning this thing off. And that's the same thing with a person who you've put his parents through trauma. When I was hearing his daughter speak and everything else, how his father was assassinated too. That's crazy. Hang. So you have a child that has been through trauma, and yet you expect them to speak eloquently. You feel me? These people are very unreasonable with this shit. So I'm like, I understood that when I came in. I didn't even grow up here. You have people that grew up here next to these people and yet do not get it. That is not... What do you call that? What do you call such a person who seen you, who saw you go through those troubles, who was actually the culprit of the things that you went through the trouble with and still refuse to acknowledge what you went through? You feel me? That's the reason why they don't want to pay niggas reparation, because by acknowledging that this is what you're going through, they feel it will be the need for them to pay for what they've done. You understand? Look at what happened, and I'm just talking Malcolm X alone, and how that kind of thing will be passed. It has been passed on. Luckily, she had a mother who was, you know, wise enough that she didn't go through it sometime too, so she had a half of it, but you can still tell there's a spirit of Malcolm around her, the way she just speaks. And so she said it herself. She was like, sometimes I be telling myself I gotta tone it down, then sometimes I just can't. And I'm like, that's the half of Malcolm X. That's just Malcolm X speaking from heaven through her. Like, fuck, like, you feel me? So people expect you to run through mud and come out clean. It's unrealistic. Like, the way, I'm telling you, it's two different mind thinking. One is unrealistic and the other one is very spiritually and realistic and reasonable. You feel me? And that's what is going on. When I came here, I seen it clear as day. You feel me? I came from, I wouldn't call it privilege, but I came from a place where, you know, I was lucky enough to have that family in that country to take care of me, because I was born here. I was born in this country as a United States citizen, but I was lucky enough to go to be raised in Africa for a certain amount of years with my grandma and her family and everything else. And she happened to go through the struggle that she went through. But when I met them at the perfect time, because she had built a house and everything else like the size of this building I'm working in. I can't show you the building because I don't want to show y'all niggas where I work at, because too many nosy niggas. Anyway, so, although they know already, we gonna all pretend, right? Yeah, that's what we do. So, that's what they do, so that's what we do. That's what it is, though. So, this is what's going on, you feel me? So, I already knew from there, I already knew how to think for myself. I didn't really have to kiss no ass to get a biscuit. Nah, my nigga, we killed our own, we grew our own house. I was cutting chickens' head off at the age of probably 10, my nigga. I mean, regular, normal shit. You feel me? I'm about to go in. I'm already late. I don't know what to call this shit. Growing our own fruits type shit. You feel me? Niggas is missing that actually. I'm gonna get into that steady. You feel me? We're gonna get into all of that.